Hi, everybody. As promised, I'm going to share a teaching on creating mental wards or mental shields. These teachings come from pranic healing, and I've been practicing this for the last 16 years. And this is available in print, so it's not like it's some secret teaching I'm not allowed to share. But I really believe in this work, and I've been using it for such a long time and really see its effectiveness, and feel at this time it's really important to start to take some of these teachings, start to put them into practice. And again, I appreciate them because they're really simple, really easy to implement, and you can actually see, tangibly the effect of them when you do that. So I'll begin with a story, a quick one. I was recently on a plant diet, and one day I had to go into town. So, of course, during diet, we're fasting, we're really clean. And this is when things started to happen in town of people starting to buy things and being afraid. And I went into town, and I could feel the energy of fear in town. I could feel just a different vibe, we'll say it's like that. And when I got home, I went into ceremony and was really processing a lot of it, even actually before I got into ceremony. What we see in the shamanic world is it's like a heavy mucus, any kind of dense energy that can stick to you, and it's actually really hard to clean. So when I came home, I felt really, really congested and knew that I was entering into some sort of field that was affecting me. And, every place has a different field, and some of them are great when we enter into them. Like, for example, I taught a yoga retreat years ago in Northern California mid California, and there was a lot of people from the Bay Area that came up. And I was infected with this energy of, wanting to get things done and like being a mover and a shaker. And normally, like the fields I were in up in Vancouver Island, different energy, and I could really feel it. My first trip to Vancouver Island, I really entered into a field of calm and like island life, and I loved it, So it's a field. And just like going to my trip to my local town, there was a field of fear. And right now, we're in a field that's pretty massive and being contributed to collectively. So imagine we're like a white cloth, and then we put ourselves into a dye. And what happens when we put ourselves into a dye? It spreads and changes the color. And it's the same, whether you put yourself in a field that's really helpful and beneficial, or one that's going on right now that's got a collective uncertainty and a collective fear. So how do we go about helping ourselves through this? So, in life we can avoid, to the best of our ability, stressful situations, but right now we have to enter them. We have to go shopping. Some of us are in confinement with people that maybe feel a lot of fear. Maybe we're in confinement with people we don't want to pass our fear along to. So, like attracts like, and if we maintain an aura of calm, not to bypass things, but really just to stay centered in the faith that we're here to all learn something, the faith in our own ability to handle things, the faith in our community around us, the faith in our society, and to hold that vibration. And what that does too, when we hold that vibration, the energies that may come at us as fear, may come at us as anxiety, they get transmuted and changed. They don't enter to us in the same way. So with that said, getting into how do we create a mental ward? So why do we want to create a mental ward? It's basically to create clarity of mind, really, and really to protect us from what we can call national or collective thought forms. Some people call these egregors, which is an energy which, say, there's an energy of anger at Donald Trump. And so all this anger goes in and anger goes in. And if all these collective people are adding to this anger, it becomes very big and it becomes this being that's alive and it has a power. And it can affect us. We can read the news and put down the phone and feel absolutely terrible afterwards. All these people are contributing, yeah? So we also have a loss of objectivity. It's hard for us to think clearly. And I think at this time, this is what we really need. We really need to be clear in our minds. So to create this mental ward, which again is really simple, first and foremost, any kind of, we'll say magical practice, it's one word to use, but it's an energy that we're manifesting. And if we don't believe in it 100%, it warbles. If we don't have absolute faith in what we're doing, it's not strong. So this is where we get to practice using our minds diligently to create, we'll say, thought forms or creations that are helpful. Concentrating, being able to think and sit and imagine something for 9 breaths without getting distracted. It's work. Magical work is hard. But the more strong that our mind becomes, our words become stronger. So when we're creating them, if we put a lot of faith and energy and breath into them, they become stronger and they last for longer. So this is a practice. So to create the mental word, what you want to do is concentrate on the third eye right here. So anytime we want to create different types of words, we can concentrate on different areas of the body, but this is specifically for a mental word. And I ask that you use the color yellow. Please don't use any other colors, because basically if we use certain colors, certain energies, and we're not really sure what we're doing, we can actually cause too much energy to come in the body. We can cause Kundalini syndrome. So please follow the instructions carefully. So focus here. And while we're there, we're going to start deep breathing. So a way you can pranic breathe to really charge your energy system, if we breathe in 7, for a count of 7, and then exhale, breathe in for a count of 7, hold for 1, exhale for a count of 7, hold for 1. So when we breathe in for the same amount as we breathe out, we actually create a strength in our auric field. We create a protection. So that's why anytime you're doing, like at least for me in shamanic work, when I'm singing to somebody, or I'm doing my own work, or say I'm hitting something that I'm afraid, if I start to do regular deep breathing, it actually creates an energy field of protection around you. That is a very profound teaching as well. So we do this regular breathing, 7 in, hold, 7 out, hold. Do this 9 times. And you're charging our energy field as we go, but keep your attention here so it really charges this area. If this area is charged and strong, it's going to put a lot of energy into your word. So make sure you get good at that. Don't get distracted. Once you've done that breathing, I want you to imagine a yellow ellipse in front of you, like a lamp, something really bright. Really start to see this ellipse. Imagine it's there. Put all your faith into this ellipse. And then I want you to imagine you being small and entering inside. So once you're inside, in your mind's eye, imagine yourself being completely covered in this yellow light. Yellow light, it's all around you, up top, below, everywhere. There's nowhere where it's not protecting you. You're not sealed in. Again, concentrate and believe. Do it with conviction. Then have the conviction that this shield is unbreakable, that it's strong. I even imagine that I tap on it and I can hear this hollow sound of stone, so that it's really strong and I believe it. Once you feel this strength here, I want you to imagine that it starts to become a metallic yellow. So even in the Shipibo tradition, when we're singing Ikaros, we'll actually chant that something's strong like stone or strong like steel, the protections that we put on. So imagine that this metallic yellow is surrounding you. And again, see it with all your heart, with all your mind, everything. And then I want you to say this, and I will type this also too on the message so you have it written out. So say to yourself, I'm shielded from all forms of mental attack, influence, and domination. So be it. This shield is impregnable. So be it. This shield is invincible and cannot be mentally penetrated. So be it. This shield will last for a duration of 12 hours. So be it. This shield will be internally permeable. As I will it, so be it. And that's it. Then you let it go. So just to clarify, the internally permeable part at the end basically allows for anything that you're generating yourself, heavy energies, emotions, these sorts of things, used up prana, it is allowed to leave. So you're not kind of stuck in this bubble of heavy energy. So the more we practice this shielding technique, you can start to put it in place for longer. But in the beginning, 12 hours is a good place to start. The stronger that your energy is, the stronger your power is, you can put it in place for 24 hours. But again, it's good right now to just keep recharging it. So when you wake up in the morning, do the mental words, When you wake up tomorrow, do the mental words, keep practicing, especially during the next month when things are going to get potentially, we don't know, more challenging. This is really important teaching and technique. So again, I will type out everything for you. I wish everybody well. I wish everybody just light and strength, to face whatever's going to come in each and every one of our lives. I have faith that we'll get through it. We'll be stronger. We'll be wiser. We'll be more grounded. We'll be more grateful. Yeah. Deepest love.